Mm-hmm. Recording. Alright. Oh, don't go in there. What? What just happened? What, she tripped? She saw him standing there and she just tripped? Bullshit. That was the worst fucking movie they call that a horror film. Blair Witch. What the hell? I'm gonna look this up. Witch. It got that high a rating? What the? Greatest horror movie of all time? Nothing fucking happened in it. I didn't even see The Witch. What, was that because of the whole psychological aspect? No. Bullshit, I'm sorry. This is ridiculous. I can't believe I wasted an hour and a half of my time to sit through that shit. If they make another one of these, they're just ruining the industry. Okay? What the fuck is this? A Blair Witch remake? Okay, so it's saying it's not a remake. Upon further inspection, alright. I guess it's not a remake, it's a sequel. Fine. Great. So I'm gonna have to watch that too. Alright, well, hopefully it's better than this garbage. Scariest movie of all time. They're not gonna be able to pull that out with this. Okay. I don't think she followed me. I sure as hell hope she didn't follow me. So let's just pray to God that everything's fine, because what, she's gonna follow me across the country? Yeah, sure. Alright, because she has the ability to be able to, right? Ridiculous. So yes, today, unfortunately, we are going to be looking at Blair Witch remake, sequel, something. Can I just say that before I heard anything about this, I didn't really like the first one. Honestly, nothing happened. And you see that as a point. It was basically as a way to try and drive fear into the hearts of the people who watched it. The simple fact, fear of the unknown. Now yes, fear of the unknown, that's a massive, massive thing that a lot of people have problems with. The fact that some people can't even walk down a hallway at night because they're afraid something will jump out at them. But could it all perhaps be just in the mind? Speaking from a philosophical standpoint, it honestly doesn't make any sense. That this is what we were supposed to fear? Maybe there was no witch. That perhaps it was all just in these three guys' minds because they were lost in the woods. How do we know that those shapes weren't made by someone human as a way to scare off the people? Or try and, I don't know, save their lives by getting them out of the woods? We could go round and round in circles all day. Let's just take a look at Blair Witch. Called Blair Witch. 2016. The new one. The remake. The sequel. You know what I mean. Directed by Adam Wingard, who you might know from some of his famous films. Not really that famous. But the blender in the head was a good scene. The direct sequel of the Blair Witch Project in 1999 explores basically the next step in the shaky cam horror genre. Was made famous by the Blair Witch. How did it become so famous? Simply because of the fact that they used characters who were not actual actors. Better still, they made it look so real that they actually faked the actors' deaths. What, don't believe me? Look it up. Seriously, I read about this report as well. It's absolutely insane. That's what you call commitment. But would I really try and fake my own death in order to continue a hoax? Probably. Gotta remember, this is 1999, and in the 90s, movies were quite a legend to behold. Ridley Scott's Alien, Steven Spielberg's Jurassic Park, and George Lucas's Star Wars The Phantom Menace. Let's face it, we all wanted to kill Jar Jar then. Oh, Misa thinking you looking so sad. I swear to God that is racism in a nutshell. In the form of a Gungan with big ears and a long tongue. And an annoying fucking voice. I could go on. But unfortunately, we're not reviewing Star Wars, we're reviewing this tripe. Now you must be thinking to yourselves, if this was such a success, why do I look so angry? Well, simply because of the fact that I had so many things told to me that this was supposed to be the greatest horror movie, mind you, of all time, only to have this beacon of hope fizzled out in a matter of seconds. Blair Witch, I'm just gonna call it the sequel, it would be so much easier for all the viewers at home, I'm guessing. It's the story about a young man named James, who stumbles upon a video outlining the disappearance of his sister Heather 20 years ago. In the woods, the Blair Witch took place. He and a bunch of other stupid fucking teenagers, because let's face it, that's what they all are. Not judging, but he who inserts first, dies first. If you don't know what that means, don't look it up, you'll have nightmares for weeks. Speaking of inserting things, I realized I've just forgotten something. Oh, but I'm sure it'll be alright. But getting back to the movie, these teenagers have decided to go back into the woods of Burkittsville, where the supposed Blair Witch is situated. Now, why they couldn't, I don't know, bring a gun this time is beyond me. Because, you know, this is America, land of opportunity and guns. And for anyone who doesn't want to take one into the woods with them to go and hunt down a supposed killer witch, I guess they just felt it that their lives should be cut short at that day, on that day. On that day. Let's face it, now every single time that I go into the woods, there's 3 things you need. Torch, phone, and courage. Just kidding. It's a gun. Because you know that you're out there in the dark. If you so much as hear a branch break, you're running in the opposite direction. You don't go looking for it. Would you rather bang bang? Or let me blind him with my flashlight because apparently that's all I decided to bring. And lo and behold, shit goes down. The fact that they decided to bring in 2 outsiders who actually live very, very close to the woods and find out later on down the track that they believe the Blair Witch exists, which means that if 2 people believe that she is real, then that means that everyone else who said she wasn't real is a liar. I mean, you know, who are you going to believe? College professors, people who have sworn to have seen it, or 2 kids who probably haven't even been to the woods? If you selected the latter, hey, congratulations, you're the smart one. These kids are apparently hoaxes. I'm not sure if that's the correct word for it, but I can't be bothered getting my dictionary. These kids have apparently started scaring the teenagers who have gone to look for the sister. For instance, making those creepy looking stick figures. They decided to put them all the way around the camp. Now, this would be a creepy scene. Aside from the fact that 5 minutes later, they say that it was all a joke. But they must have good reason for the joke, right? Well, hold on to your hats. It's because the woods are not safe. I'm serious. They literally say to them 5 minutes after they've done this hoax that it is not safe. That they are trying to drive them out of the woods to make sure that they will be okay. Now, should we believe someone who just decided to pull a practical joke on people in order to save their lives? No! Because if we did, we wouldn't be electing a dumbass as president. Well, not me. I live in Australia. We already have idiots. Fucking Malcolm Turnbull. Bring back Kevin! Politics rant right there. But because they discover that this is a hoax, and that the Blair Witch couldn't possibly exist because of it, what do? They decide to go further into the woods. Like a puppy who's lost his bowl. Constantly just keep handing around trying to find that little thing, even though it knows that there's probably like 40 of them back at the house, where safety is, and you can't get killed. Poor puppy. So the hoaxing teenagers go off home, leaving the other 3 to head back into the woods. Now, while they're staying in their tents at night, fornicating and doing a whole lot of other cutesy little things, I swear to God, you can't even tell because the camera guys decided to push it right up into your face. Seriously, is this annoying you? Because that is the extent of the Blair Witch. I'm scared to close my eyes because apparently I have sticky tape attached to the eyelids. Or toothpicks, like Mr. Bean did in that movie. Yeah, that's the one. Oh God, you can actually see. My eyes are getting so green, and they're so sparkly. But there is one benefit to this movie. We actually see the witch. And I'm not just talking one. I'm talking 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If you could tell by the annoyance in my voice, it's because I am annoyed. First one, don't even see the witch at all. Bad move, director. This one, you see the witch, but too many fucking times. First see her, all she's doing is just walking through the woods. And yes, it's a bit of a jump scare because you do get that because apparently everyone remembers Inception. Now, I've got an image here of one of the times when you actually see her. This is the Blair Witch. What the hell? It looks less like a witch and more like a photoshopped praying mantis. Now granted, the reason why they did decide to do this, that she was captured very heavy rocks and boulders to each of her ligaments and tied her to a tree. And because of that, I guess the body's natural way of doing it is by stretching them beyond content. Gee, if that was the case, then why couldn't they do that in order to make short people a bit more taller? If you're wondering where it's from, they did it in The Simpsons.
Come on, Milhouse, you want to play in the NBA or not?
Bart, my arm's out of its thing.
That means it's working.
What's up?
And yes, eventually they find the house, go in, and try to discover what exactly happened. Are there any answers? No. It's basically a way to try and freak the people out who are seeing it in the cinema. Believe me, the entire time, I was on the edge of my seat in fright. So needless to say, the ending was abysmal. Now, I'm not going to spoil the ending for you if you haven't already seen it. If you've seen it, I'm sure you know exactly what I'm talking about. But I will say this, at least you know the reason why Josh was standing in the corner. Josh? I swear to God, they probably made 50,000 memes of that now. This is funny, you don't expect someone to be standing in the corner. I will say though, half the time whenever I do see someone standing in the corner, because they're on timeout or I don't know, they've fallen in love with the wall or something, or they peed their pants, Billy Madison joke right there. You just have to say it. Even if their name isn't Josh, just do it to annoy them. And if they haven't seen Blair Witch, then they haven't suffered the same fate that all of us have by seeing it. And I'm sorry, Adam Wingard, I do love your movies, but this one did not succeed. It tried incredibly hard, and I can understand why it didn't succeed. Horror movies, well, movies in general, are getting so much more advanced these days. Things that were unable to be done back as far as 15 years ago are now able to be done much more fluidly, but whether Hollywood continues to make remakes and sequels of past things, that's up for them to decide. So if you're looking for a movie with a story that is slightly better than average, and cuddling up next to someone while watching it, I know, I was one of the lucky ones. She skipped town soon after that. Lucky son of a bitch. Then go out and see it. Or if you've seen the original and are looking for, can't really say answers because they don't really give you many, a true to the origin sequel to get the bad taste of Book of Shadows out of your mouth, then I also recommend it. And overall, the Blair Witch gets 3 voodoo stick figures out of 5. So hopefully she hasn't followed me here to my secret place. I mean, come on, what's she gonna do? She gonna hop a plane, try and sneak its way into my computer or something? I mean, that's absolutely ridiculous. Oh God, she's found me. Okay, like and favorite, you enjoy, subscribe to lathanielgamers, and I will see you guys next time. Toodles!
I'm so sorry.
She was able to find me here, then what's to stop her from finding me anywhere else? I'm scared to close my eyes. I'm afraid I'm being watched the entire time. Oh, I'm being paranoid. Is the Blair Witch a critic now? The fact that she's chasing me down for not liking a movie? Well, what'd you fucking do? Alright, you know what? I'm not afraid anymore. I'm not afraid of her, and I'm going to show her exactly what I mean by being brave. You might not hear from me in a while, but I'll be okay. Oh, thank God. What was I worried about? It's not like she followed me home or anything. Anyway, guess I'll be going back to gaming then. Hey buddy, did you miss me? I'm so sorry I didn't drink you. I got caught up. Don't worry, I'm gonna make it up to you right now. What the fuck? We took the iPad and we... You what? Are you having a stroke halfway through clapping? What is this? I don't think it's safe to say that they lost their jobs after that. Kudos to them, but this was back in 2010, 11?